Hello, everybody. I have good old Charlie Holt with me today. I've been telling him since about 6 o'clock this morning. I texted him very, very early. Told him I wanted to do a video on something that we discussed earlier this Monday on accountability and self-discipline. And Charlie brought that to the table on Monday during our coaching. And I asked him, I said, hey, we're going to go live today. And he was like, sure. And then I didn't really tell him what it was about. And I just said, we're ready, we're going, and here we are. And now I'm going to put it on him. So one of the great things I learned about Charlie, and Charlie's been in the real estate, how long now?
About 4 years now, licensed in North Carolina.
So he's been in here for 4 years. And Charlie just recently joined our team.
About 6 weeks ago?
6 weeks ago, we had our business planning. That's right, we did our business planning. And Charlie has really taken his business to the next level, literally in 6 weeks. And you'll see on our title, self-discipline and accountability. And that's one of the main things that I coach and teach, not only with my team, but within our office. But Charlie really takes it to the next level in that. So I wanted Charlie to kind of explain how his business was in his first 4 years and what it's been like in the last 6 weeks. And so kind of share with people how, because if you like it or not, guys, it's January 19th. You're 19 days into 2021. And if you keep looking back at 2020 saying like, oh, this is my year, it was COVID, and come up with every excuse under the sun, you're going to be back in the same position again saying woulda, coulda, shoulda. And you're not going to be taking it to the next level. And that was what we talked about. So I really like what Charlie does, as well as he talks the talk and then walks it. So kind of share with me, like, really, what has taken shape the last 6 weeks to take the business to a level that's pretty amazed by you.
Well, gladly. And of course, I always tell everybody when I got into this business, I usually tell everybody that, I became a realtor to be the person that I know that I needed many, many moons ago when I began real estate investing in Florida. But when I became a licensed agent in North Carolina, one of the interesting things was that, we always get caught up in trying to, reinvent the wheel, so to speak.
Right.
Doing it alone, yeah, you can, but there's only so much that gets done when, you do it alone. And one of the things, the last 4 years, I have felt that I have been doing it alone. And I kid you around with Brock on a regular basis that, I've kind of followed you and what your team has done successfully throughout the years, back in the day when I joined the previous firm and now currently with eXp Realty. And an opportunity presented itself where I just reached out and said, hey, show me what to do. Tell me, so I want to see what you're doing, which was the exciting part, because I saw what he was doing, and he was able to put me on this path of accountability that I've never been able to do and never done on my own personally. I've had quite a few sales in my real estate career in that 4-year period, but not to the level that it is now, seeing it every day unfold by following up with your clients, creating new business, whether it be phone calls, all sorts of lead generation, and getting on that path of doing it every day and creating a new habit, which has in essence actually been done here since I've been here. I'm busier now in this 6 weeks having followed the plan. Brock and I had gone over our business plan, my business plan. He pretty much coached me, hey, I think this is going to work, and I also think this might not work, and we just kind of mesh it together. And following that path and doing what is kind of required to watch you grow and being able to follow a model that's already in place has been quite beneficial for me. And this, I've got more appointments and more contacts now than I have in the 4 years, just being here 6 short little weeks. And
let me ask you this question and interrupt you.
Mm-hmm.
So I always do formulas, or what I call plays. So one of the plays that we do talks about the contacts.
Mm-hmm.
And what is our formula? The number of contacts?
I believe it's a 3-3 and...
So you get the 3-3-3 touch on what you do on the follow-up, but then we talked about the number of contacts equal the number of closings that you have per year, And so when I asked Charlie what his pipeline looks like, he's like, well, I got this contact, this person, this person, this person, this person. And I'm like, you do realize that this formula makes perfect sense, and Jeff Glover was the one that taught it to me, was the number of real estate contacts you have per day will yield you the number of closings you have per year. So every morning at 8 o'clock, we have our accountability call, and that's what we talk about is how many real estate contacts do you have per day? And when people tell me, like, well, I want to have 25 closings this year, but they keep saying, well, I've had 12 contacts, well, I'm going to say, well, you're probably going to be about halfway to where you want to be, but it gives you a measurable, gives you a bar to be able to put that into play. And so that's part of some of the accountability piece that we use. And for those people that are listening to this isn't like a pitch to be like, oh, he's talking about team and EXP. I'm going to keep my language very clean. Guys, it has nothing to do with that. Do I pay your bills?
No.
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 Nobody pays my bills. The reason why this is so important is look at the calendar. How many days form a habit? In 2 days, it's going to be 21 days, and that's what everybody says. If you read the book, The One Thing, it's actually 60-some days, and that's why habits are so hard to form. But the reason why Charlie is here is like he shows up every day. He does what he needs to do. And a lot of the people on the team, it just happened to be Charlie is one of the video guys, but he made it a very, very announced on Monday. He's like, I'm more busy than I ever been. And I was like, that's pretty cool what you can say, because as me as a coach and as a team leader, it's pretty amazing to be like, I'm glad we were able to help you with that. But I can say this all day. For those of you who are on here now listening, I'm sure you've heard my stories. It's like, I'll give you everything you need, but you got to do it yourself. You got to show up every day. You got to wake up. You got to do your calls. You got to do your emails. You got to do your text messages. You got to do it every single day. And a lot of times people are like, oh, I did it for 7 days. What's going on? And it doesn't take shape, and you really transpire this. And so hats off to you and your business and what you got going on, and balancing several things at once too. I mean, it's not like you're just sitting back and like, this is all I'm doing today.
And of course, I'm most grateful for obviously the opportunity here, but I will tell you, it's nice to have somebody in your corner who actually wants to see you succeed. And it's nice to also have that person behind you just giving you that extra nudge to get out of your comfort zone and do what you need to do to just make it happen. And I just can't be happier right now. So
yeah. Well, I definitely appreciate it. I got to sign the back. I got to give my props out to my friend Johnny out in Arizona, and Billy Brown, who gave me this for Christmas. And it says, rent is due. Success is never owned, only rented. Rent is due every day. So the two coaches I've worked with, Jeff Glover and Mike Ferry, talk about you start every day at zero. You've got to pay rent every single day to get what you want, because if not, you're going to be in the same position you were last year. There he is, Johnny Perez. There's the man. He's the one that got this for me for Christmas. So thank you, Johnny. And he's a true advocate for what he brings to the table and leadership in his industry out there in Arizona. So it's something that you can take your business to the next level. But if you haven't been doing it, there is no something like, oh, let me start February 1st. You can start it tomorrow if you haven't been doing it. You want to know more about our accountability. You want to know about the barley market. You want to know about everything. And also, if you want to know how this guy sells real estate, what's your number? How can people reach you?
Anybody can reach me anytime, day or night. You're more than welcome to reach me at area code 980-322-9710, or just come over here to the barley market. I'm usually here every single day after 3 o'clock, so come find me.
The bar is open. We do have a bar downstairs, the Barley, and we also have a coffee shop. It's one of our unique things that we opened up about 4 months ago, that we're a real estate office with a bar, with a coffee shop. I mean, you're already going into anyways, most of our business people. So why not work in the same type of atmosphere? So we're really excited about our 2021. If you want to know more about what we bring to the table, you want to know more about Charlie's story and what he has, we're here to help you. We're here to share. We don't do anything different. We put our pants on the same way, but we go at it every single day, and we do whatever we possibly can to pay our rent, and that's what we're all about. So thank you guys. Thank you, Charlie, for being here
Thank you
and
for
for
having me.
sharing part of your story. And congratulations to your first 6 weeks. I look forward to your 2021.
Thank you.
And hopefully maybe we'll see you soon here at the Barley Market. All right, guys. Have a good one. Bye.